These are the assembly instructions for the EN38R camera enclosure, front bezel, and lens cover. This assembly consists of the USB cable, enclosure tube, mounting puck, and lens cover. The enclosure tube includes the grommet assembly, back bezel, mounting ring screws, and back bezel O-ring. Inside the front bezel assembly, or camera puck, is the front bezel, O-ring, front and back connecting screws, camera mounting screws, and super loop. On the right is the lens cover. To start the assembly process, the USB cable is threaded to the back bezel assembly. Pay attention to the order and direction of the USB cable, back bezel, and the grommet components. Place the back bezel O-ring onto the back bezel. The O-rings slide easier into the enclosure tube with a light application of super lube. This may be applied to the O-ring or the ends of the enclosure tube. It's only necessary to apply a small amount of super lube to the beveled ends of the enclosure tube. Apply Teflon tape to the MPT threads of the grommet. This ensures a tight seal to the back bezel. The camera is attached to the front bezel with two stainless steel screws. Insert the camera into the bezel. Insert the two small stainless steel screws and tighten with the Allen wrench. Install the O-ring over the back bezel. Insert the back bezel into the enclosure tube. Align the index of the back bezel to the index on the enclosure tube. Plug the micro USB into the camera. Tighten the USB thumb screws into the camera. Align the front bezel to the index of the enclosure tube. Place the grommet seal onto the USB cable. Note that there's a chamfer to the grommet seal. This faces the nut side of the grommet seal. Tighten the grommet nut. Align the back bezel index with the tube index. Insert the 4 long bezel connecting bolts and tighten. Install the lens cover. Tighten the lens cover until the O-ring is sealed. The mounting ring consists of two halves. Each side is marked with a 360 degrees protractor marking. One side is labeled, drilled, and tapped for 1/4-20 size mounting bolts. The other side is labeled, drilled, and tapped for M6 mounting bolts. In short, provisions are made for both 1/4-20 and M6 mounting bolts. Install the mounting ring. Place one of the halves under the enclosure tube. Align the 0 degrees mark to the 1/4-20 or M6 marking. Install the mounting ring screws and tighten with the Allen wrench. The mounting ring may be aligned to the alpha characters on the enclosure tube and to the protractor numbers on the mounting ring. That concludes our video. Thank you for watching.